Okay. So yes, fine. Quite a number of newcomers in the house. Fine. That's good. That's awesome. All right. So, like I mentioned earlier, everybody that is looking to getting started in the tech space is usually concerned about one major thing, and that is experience. I don't have experience. How do I get started? So, and that's what we're going to be discussing today. Getting started in tech with or without any experience. Now, we're going to be exploring key strategies to help you secure your desired tech role. And we have a couple of newcomers in the house. So, we're not going to waste more time. We're just going to go straight into today's session. So, what's Amdari? Who is Amdari? Okay, what are we here for? What do we do at Amdari? So, Amdari is an experience based platform, okay, experience based platform that gives you the required work experience in order for you to transition into the tech space. Now, looking at my own personal life experience, I'm going to talk about myself also, if you may now. Okay. I'm going to talk about myself and I'm going to be sharing my own personal experience. What led to us starting Amdari is due to one major problem. We see within a lot of newbies, a lot of people, professionals that are looking to transition into the tech space. So, one of the major problems people face is I've learned Excel, I've learned Power BI, I've gone for a training in cybersecurity, I've done business analysis training. So you see, everybody does a training, everybody's doing training. Every organization, every professional in the tech space has a training company. All right. But now that's not the problem. Training is not the problem. You can train, but for how long do you want to train? Do you want to keep learning? All right. You see, at the end of training, at the end of learning, you want to transition into the space. You want to get a job. But you now find out that after training, there is a gap. There's a gap between training and you getting a job. And what's the gap? The gap is experience. So you've learned how to do some things in Python. You've learned how to do some things with, Cisco Packet Tracer as a cybersecurity analyst. You've learned business analysis. You've learned project management rather. And they ask you a question. Tell me about a time you've done X, Y, Z. Tell me about a time you led this project. Tell me about a time you used this particular software to solve this particular problem. Now, most people really can't solve that. It becomes a very big problem because in those kind of interviews, that's how they get to know if you can do the job. Okay, if you can do the job. So you see, a lot of people find it very difficult to transition, not because they've not learned or they're not good with the software applications they've learned, all right? Not because of that, but because they don't just have the required work experience to get them into the role that they will need to do. And that's what gives birth to Amdari. So Amdari is a platform that gives you work experience, that gives you real life project based experience that you can use as your own experience in getting a job. So rather than you just learning how to use Python or learn how to use Excel, Power BI, and all those applications, how can you use it to solve real world problems? So when you go for an interview, you could talk about how you solved XYZ problem for an organization, for a consulting firm, for an FMCG firm, for a cybersecurity firm, for a bank, for a fintech platform. And these are all based on real life projects. So that's what we're trying to do, get people more experience in order for them to get their hands into the job world, okay, into the tech space. So currently we have internship or work experience program across data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, cybersecurity, project management, HR analytics, and financial analytics. So we cover a wide range. And coming into next year, we're likely going to be getting our hands into more internship programs, okay? And those are the things that we're trying to do. Do you guys understand? Give me a thumbs up if you understand exactly what I've said so far. Give me a thumbs up. I like a very interactive class, so I want us to move together at the same pace. All right, fantastic. I love this. All right, so moving on, okay? You can check us out on our websites, on our Instagram handle, our Twitter handle, and on LinkedIn. Our name remains the same. I'm Dari.io on all platforms. All right. All right. So who is Ifemena Ipro? So my name is Ifemena, and I am the co-founder of Amdari, also the co-founder of Tenalytics. Now, working in this platform, building this platform in the last 4 years. That's for Tenalytics. I've helped well over 2,500 people transition into the tech space. Now, that's about what I've done. Now, let's talk about myself, a little bit about myself. So, I studied economics in university. I studied economics. My first degree was in economics, and after economics, I started my first job was actually working as a management consultant back in Lagos, okay, Lagos, Nigeria. So I worked in Lagos. I worked in the consulting firm for about 4 years before I eventually wanted to transition into the tech space. So eventually I was able to transition into the tech space, but it took me a period of over 2 years for me to transition. 2 solid years of learning. So you see all the courses on Udemy. I bought courses on Udemy. I bought courses on Coursera. I paid for training programs in Lagos. I paid for training programs in India, in the US. I was learning for 2 years. When I'm talking about learning, I will tell you for free that I was learning a lot. So, I wanted to be able to code by myself. I didn't want to look at Stack Overflow back in the days. I wanted to code by myself. I wanted to write my codes. Like, all those action movies where the person is just coding without looking at the keyboard. That was a level I wanted to get to. I felt I needed to get to that level in order for me to get my first job. Do you understand that kind of thing? Like you wanted to be able to code without any form of assistance. Do you understand? And that's one of the major reasons why you see a lot of people getting stuck learning, buying the next course, buying the next program, you always want to keep learning because you just want to achieve mastery through learning, and that is technically impossible to do that. So you see, I eventually was able to get my first job, and I will share my own personal experience. I'll show you the projects I worked on that got me my first job. Okay, I got the first job. Along the job, that's when it started ringing in my head that why did it take me 2 years to get this job? All right, because the first role I did was a business intelligence developer role, and it was initially when I started the role, like 6 months into the role, it was only Excel I was using, Microsoft Excel I was using. And I was already good with Excel before, okay? But the main problem was, it wasn't that I wasn't good with Excel. I knew how to do VLOOKUP, I knew how to do index match, I knew how to do all the analytical functions, I knew how to do everything. But the key problem was, whenever I go for an interview, the question was, tell me how you have used this to solve a business problem. And that was where, I just rambled. I usually just ramble because there was no experience. It was just me knowing it, me learning how to do it. I know how to do VLOOKUP equals to VLOOKUP, open brackets, lookup value, blah, blah, blah. I know it off the top of my head. But when it's now, how have you used it to solve a problem? It becomes a problem. That's where the problem comes to life. All right. But eventually I was able to overcome that. And in the last 4 years running to analytics and also starting on Dari, I've helped over 2,500 people secure their first tech role within the tech space. Some people have gotten their job a month. Some people have gotten their job 2 months into getting started. So these are the things that we are looking at improving to getting people their first job in the tech space based off experience, based off work experience. Okay, not you learning or buying a new course or learning a new technology, you using that technology to solve a business problem. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So let's go on. What are we going to be talking about today? The next 1 hour, 30 minutes maximum. We're going to be talking about getting started in tech with or without experience, any experience. Now that's where most of you rely. How many of you have any form of experience? Give me a thumbs up. Or no experience. Let's start with people no experience. Give me a thumbs up. You don't have any experience within the tech space. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, fantastic. All right. Okay, I can see quite a number of people no experience. Okay, fantastic. So that's the reason why we're here. That's what we're discussing about. Okay, getting started in tech with or without any experience. Also, we're going to be talking about becoming a tech professional and securing a job. The whole essence of you learning tech is not just for you to learn it and be good at it. Okay? You want to use it to secure your future, to secure the best job ever. That's exactly what we're going to be discussing about. Number 3 is Dari work experience internship. Okay? We're also going to be exploring that. And last but not the least, we have a special offer for the people that wait till the end of the session. So if you wait till the end of the session, you will get access to the materials, you will get access to the special offer that we have for you. So you want to wait till the end of the session. So you see my colleague in the house, okay? So meanwhile, is going to be dropping the attendance form, and I want you guys to fill the attendance form. So the attendance form is just going to provide us with the details so that we can send the materials to you after the session. That's the recording of the session, the materials from the session, and also the special offer that we have for you. Okay, nobody else. It's designed for you. Okay, all right. So let's jump into it. So please ensure you fill the attendance form. All right. Now, question one. Let's go straight into it. Let's jump straight into it. Like I said, we don't have too much time, so let's hit the nail on the head right from the onset, right from the start. Now, question one is, what tech careers can leverage my existing skills and experience? Now, this is a different question from, if it meant, how do I get experience? Okay, this one is not telling you. The first question is, some of you have experience already. Some of you have worked as a teacher. Some of you have worked in customer service. Some of you have worked in several other roles, technical assistant, whatever role that you've worked in. You've worked in care, you've worked in healthcare, you've done something else in the past, or that's what you're doing at the moment. Now, the key question here is, what tech careers can leverage my existing skills and experience? That's the key question. Now, and that's what we're going to be talking about, in today's session, So, number one is get an in-demand tech skill, Step one is get an in-demand tech skill. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be asking the question, what's an in-demand tech skill? What is in-demand? What does in-demand refer to? Now, in-demand means that there is always a demand for it. There is always a demand for that type of role. So a in-demand tech skill, that would leverage your past experience and also leverage your past skills. Remember, that's what we're going to be exploring. So I'm going to do a little bit of background about what we have done to be able to achieve what career path Africans should get into. I'm going to do a little bit of background to discuss what careers should you do in order for you to get that job that you're looking for. Now, in order for us to get the roles, to get the in-demand skills that you should learn, we did a lot of data analytics, data science activities in order for us to arrive at that conclusion. So what we did was to extract. We extracted job posts from all the job boards that you see on the screen. So LinkedIn, Indeed, Glassdoor, Total Jobs, CV Library, Monster, Google Jobs. All right. So we went to all these platforms, all these job boards. We call them job boards. We went to all these job boards, and we went to them in the UK. We extracted from the US, and we also extracted from Canada. So we looked at 3 major countries that recruit a lot of remote workers. Recruit a lot of tech workers and also remote workers. So UK, US, Canada, like the top 3 platforms, countries where people relocate to, where people also look for remote opportunities. So we went to all these platforms to extract daily job posts. So every time you go online and you're searching for a job, usually you go to this platform to go and look for a job, either technical or non-technical. So what we did was every single day for the period of almost 4 months, over almost 4 months, we extracted job posts from all these platforms. So we extracted millions of roles, millions of job posts on all this platform. We extracted over 3 million rows of data from all this platform. So after extracting all the job posts, what we did was we're looking at 3 criteria. 3 criteria, which is ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and high and rewarding salary. So we're looking at 3 things. So in order for us to classify what is an in-demand tech skill, in demand, like I said, in demand stands for something, a role that is always going to be recruited for. a role that is always going to be in demand. That's what they call in demand. Okay, I'm using the same words, but you get the drift. Okay, so number one is what we're looking at is ease of learning. Number two is ease of transitioning. Don't go and pick up a tech skill that will take you another 8 months, 1 year, 2 years in order for you to get a job. And that's not because of anything, but because the demand is not there. So maybe a job, let's say every week when you go on the job board, you see about 100 jobs posted. You see about 200, 180, 50. So there's not a lot of demand for that particular role. So it means that if you pick up that skill and you learn that skill, it's going to be very competitive for you to get a job. Okay, so we're looking at ease of learning. So tech, when you're talking about tech is very, very huge. It's a huge space. So you selecting career is very, very important because you need to be able to get the job at the end of the day. So ease of learning, you can easily learn it. You can easily get a job. Okay, and number three is the salary is fantastic, high and rewarding salaries. So these are the three things that we're looking at. These were the three focus for us. So we extracted all the job posts from all the job boards, okay, for the period of almost 4 months. Then we looked at three criteria, which is ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and high and rewarding salary. So at the end of the day, okay, we landed on 8 distinct career paths. We landed on 8 distinct career paths that fit into these categories. Okay. Number one is business analysis. Number two is agile projects manager. Number three is data analytics. Number four is data science. Number five is data engineering. Number six is cybersecurity. Number seven, financial analytics. And number eight, HR analytics. So these are the career paths that we selected, that was selected based on our analysis that fits into those categories: ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and high-end rewarding salary. Now, how many of you can see a career path that fits into you at the moment? Give me a thumbs up. So if you see a career that is within what you're looking for, give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. Now the key question is, we'll talk about it, but I want to digress a little bit. Okay. Now the key question is, how long do you need to learn to get into this career path? Some of you have bought several courses, but really you really don't know what to do to get the job. You don't know what experience to leverage to get the job. We'll explore that in today's session. All right. But now, very interesting thing is, I have been doing data analytics and data science for the last, I would say, for the last 10 years of my experience. I've been doing I've led several organizations, data analytics and data science teams, all right, across the world. Now, one major thing is, don't do analysis, don't do any form of analysis without getting or seeking validation. Okay, where another source that validates your own analysis. So when we did our analysis, okay, we landed on 8 career paths. But at the end of the day, we can't just tell you that these are the 8 career paths that you should go and learn. I mean, if we tell you that, it means you don't know if it is true or false. Okay, you don't know if you really did this analysis. So I can say I did this analysis, but how do you know I did the analysis? You don't know. There's no code. I'm not showing you any code. I'm not showing you anything. Okay. But now, in order for us to seek a third part, like another platform validation, so what we call external validation, we needed an external validation to back up our own analysis. Okay, so we have done our analysis, so we needed an external validation, an external source to validate our own analysis. So what we did was we always went ahead to do a lot of research online and offline, and all that, okay? And we landed on this report. It is called Future of Jobs Report 2024. And it was developed by the World Economic Forum, okay? The World Economic Forum. So now I'm just going to click on this so I can show you the report itself. It's a very massive document. So when I'm talking about massive, that's massive. Very massive document. Okay, it's about a 296-page document. So I'll see. Okay, here it is, 296 296 pages. So it's called the World of Economics Job Report 2023 World Economic Forum. So the World Economic Forum is one of the most reputable research organizations across the world, one of the largest, one of the most reputable. So when we saw this report, we went through it, and that's the reason why I'm saying you should fill the attendance form so that you get access to these materials, the recording, so you can read, you can click on these things. So all these things here, all you see, click here to download the full report. So once you click on that, it takes you directly to the report. So that's why I'm asking you to fill the attendance form so you can get access to all the materials we are using. So you can read it for yourself. Don't take everything that we are saying hook, line, and sinker. We are providing you with as much resources so you can make informed decision. That's exactly what we are doing here. Okay, so fill the attendance form and all these materials will be sent to you so you can also read up on it by yourself. So you see, this document is a very massive document, 296 pages, talking about the future of job. Okay, and there's going to be quite a number of disruption in the tech space in the next couple of years, even in the job market. But you want to position yourself in the career paths that are going to grow. So let me just do a summary for you real quick so we can jump straight into other things for today. Okay. So in this document, they classify jobs into jobs that will grow. Sorry, let me change the color of my pen. Okay, I'm going to change color. Okay, so they classify jobs into the jobs that would grow, okay, and the jobs that will decline. Okay, so you can want to take a look at all the jobs that you have here that would likely decline. Let's take a look at some of them. So we have investment fund managers, we have organizational development specialists, we have chemical processing plant operators, we have training and development specialists. So if you work in training and development, HR, you're likely going to be replaced. The roles are going to be, taken over. Sales and marketing professionals, management and organization analysts, product managers. So you see, this is not our report. This is from the World Economic Report. It's not analytics that is saying this. The World Economic Forum has classified the role, what we call product managers, as roles that are going to, part of the roles that are going to decline. But you still see a lot of people out there learning product management. Okay, you still see a lot of people. I mean, if I ask some people on the call at the moment, I'm pretty sure you want to become a product manager. But they are classifying this role as one of the roles that are going to decline. Now, looking at other roles, we have strategic advisors, recruiters, and technical recruiters. All right, and so many other roles. There's so many roles. So take a look at the roles that are going to decline. Okay, but what we're focusing on today is the roles that are going to continue to grow. Roles that are going to continue to grow regardless. Okay, in the next 10 years, you are absolutely fine in terms of career paths. So let's look at career paths that are going to grow. Okay, so now looking at this, we have number one, AI and machine learning specialist. Okay, number two, we also have business intelligence analyst, clearly written out. Number three, we have data analyst and scientist. Remember the three things we're looking at: ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and high and rewarding salary. Those are the three criteria that we were looking at. So AI and machine learning specialist, business intelligence analyst, data analyst, and scientist. So all these three fall into the domain of data analyst and data scientist. Okay, so that's career path that are going to grow. So if one of your desired career paths is data analytics or data science, you are absolutely fine. You are going to be good. Now, moving on to the next one, we have information security analyst. Now, that falls into the domain of cyber security. Now, moving on to the next one, we have big data specialists, data engineers, clearly written out, data engineers, and we also have database architects. Now, that also falls all into the domain of data engineering. Does that make sense? Now, the last one we have on this role is process automation specialist, which also falls into the domain of business analysis. All right, that's interesting, isn't it? Now let's take it up a notch. Okay, let's take it up a notch to other career paths. Okay, to see if there are other career paths that are in there. Okay, so we take it up to the next one. We have project managers. Now you see the difference here is project managers, not product managers. Project managers. Now, From our own analysis that we did, not work, we saw that it's not just going to do a PMP examination that classifies you as a project manager. Now, what classifies you is you working and you deploying Agile and Scrum methodology. So majority of the roles that you see in project management now would have you to either have worked in an Agile environment or you have implemented any form of Agile methodology. It could be Scrum, it could be Lean, it could be Kanban, it could be any one of the methodology. So you need to have that Agile mentality when you're going into project management. Okay. Now we also have database and network professional. So when you're looking at database, it falls into more into data engineering. When you're looking at network professionals, it falls into the domain of cybersecurity. So that's why we added, data engineers and cybersecurity for this particular one. We also have what we call financial analyst, clearly written out, financial analyst. Now we also have, last but not the least, we have supply chain and logistics specialist. Supply chain and logistics specialist. Now, I worked majorly, my experience spans majorly the supply chain sector. So majority of the businesses I've worked in have been majorly supply chain. And I'll tell you, supply chain is data heavy. When I say heavy, data is data dominant. So if you don't have any form of data analytics or data science skills, you likely will not thrive in supply chain. So that's the reason why you have supply chain and logistics specialists fall into the domain of data analytics and data science. Now, don't you guys find this interesting? Give me a thumbs up if you find this interesting. So now, this is not just analytics reporting. This is the World Economic Forum that has clearly stated career paths that are going to grow and career paths that are going to decline. Okay? So there are other career paths there that don't really fall into the part. So you'll see full stack engineers. Full stack engineer is also going to continue to grow. So there's no decline. It doesn't look like it's going to decline. All right, full stack engineers, you have application developers. But the key thing here is ease of learning. Ease of learning is it's habit more. You need to do a lot of work in order for you to learn this kind of technology. So remember, the goal for us is for ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and high and rewarded salary. So some of you that are looking to become software engineers, program developers, it's great. It's a great career path. It's going to continue to grow. But we're looking at career paths that's easy to learn, easy to transition, and secure your future with good salary. That's exactly what we're looking at. So moving on to the next thing, okay? Now, another question is, I have no experience or degree. How will I make it happen? So, have you guys seen any of which career? I would like to know where you guys, I would like to know, okay, so Chizoba said, I am a product manager looking to taking project management more serious. Fantastic, that's good. So I would like to know what desired career paths you want to go into. So are you going into data analytics, data science, business analysis, cybersecurity? I want you guys to drop a comment. So we have cybersecurity, okay, fantastic. Just put it in the chat, put it in the comments, let me see. So we have data analytics, cybersecurity, data analytics, cybersecurity, quite a number, okay. Keep it coming, guys. Let me just keep looking. Machine learning, that's data science. Data analytics, cybersecurity, data analytics. Fantastic. Keep it coming. I'll keep looking for it. All right. So you see, the key question here is, it's not like I mentioned earlier, most people are stuck on learning. Okay? You want to buy the next course. You want to attend the next training program. You're looking for a free course on Udemy. You're looking for free resources on YouTube. You're always learning. And I'll tell you for free today, learning is not going to get you the job that you're looking for. You could learn from now till the end of next year, even the end of 2027. You can keep learning. But I can tell you, you could just get experience and use that experience to land your first role. But now the key question is, where do you get that experience? I have no experience. I have no degree. How will I make it happen? Remember, when I was talking about myself, I also don't have any experience when I was looking to transitioning. I studied economics, which had nothing to do with tech. Absolutely nothing to do with tech. Okay? My first job was working as a management consultant, also had nothing to do with tech. So you see, I also had no experience and I also had no degree. So how did I make it happen? That's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. So I'm going to be sharing a 6-step approach that is going to help you with your tech career transitioning. Six, it's just 6 steps. Six very simple steps. Very simple 6-step approach. Now, I'm going to start with number one. Identify your desired career path. So now, this is why I asked you that question. Okay, this is the reason why I asked you the question earlier, to tell me if you have any career path that you're looking to getting into. Identify your desired career path. Now, once you've identified it that, okay, I want to do data analytics. Okay, I want to do cybersecurity. Okay, I want to do data science. My guys, my ladies in the house, I'll tell you, stick to it. All right. Let me tell you what one of the major pitfalls I had that made me transition in like 2 years, in over the span of over 2 years. Okay. One of the major pitfalls I had is I was learning data analytics. But I had another friend of mine that was learning software engineering. Okay. So he was learning software engineering, and I could see some of the application he was building, some of the things that he was working on, some of the websites he had built. That's inferiority complex. So what did I do? I dropped data analytics and started learning software engineering. Okay? Started learning software. Okay? While I was learning software, I saw a friend of mine also that was into product design. Okay? I felt product design was easier. So I'm not developing, I'm not learning how to code, I'm not learning all this coding and everything, and I'm still building, applications, I'm still designing things that are fantastic. I have a very creative mind. So from that software engineering, I moved to product design. So from product design again, I saw another friend of mine that was doing automation. Okay, so automation felt very interesting. I moved from that again so in a period of almost a year, I left data analytics and data science, okay, and I was focusing on so many other things that were not even entirely relevant to what I wanted to do. But I just felt like, okay, this one is interesting. Let me go. Okay, a friend of mine just got a job as as another, let's say, as a business analyst. So I feel like, okay, if this my friend can do it to get a job, it means that if I learn it too, I can also get a job. So, what did I do? I'll move to business analysis again. So you see, I was upping from one career path to the other, all right? And I was getting distracted by the minutes, okay? And that was one of the major reasons why it took me about 2 years. So that's what I'm telling you today. Identify your tech career path and stick to it. Stick to it. Hook or crook, stay with it, learn it, go into it, sleep, wake up, sleep on top, sleeping. Just ensure you envelop yourself in that particular career path. And I will tell you for free that you are going to be fine. You are going to be okay. You will get a very good job. You will get all the opportunities that you're looking for. See, if I look back, all right, and I did not do that focus, okay, I would have been distracted, and I would have been jack of all trade, master of none. I would have not specialized. I would have not known the things that I know today. I would not be able to even speak to you about starting a career and sticking with it. Okay. Now, once you stick with it, okay, and you go ahead with it, learn the skill. Learn the skill. Okay. Learn the skill. It's imperative that you need to learn the skill. So if you're going into data analytics, you need to learn Excel, you need to learn Power BI, you need to learn Tableau, you need to learn SQL, and all the skills that you require. If you're going into cybersecurity, you need to learn the technologies. For networking, you need to learn Cisco Packet Tracer, you need to learn how to work with Kali Linux, you need to learn how to work with Nmap, you need to learn how to work with Burp Suite. There's so many tools that you need to learn how to work with in order for you to get into the tech space itself. Same tools like Splunk, you need to learn it. If you're going into data science, you need to learn how to use Python, how to use machine learning algorithms like, platforms or libraries like scikit-learn, and so on and so forth. So you need to learn the skill. You need to have a base. You need to have a foundation. Now, I'm not saying, you see, most people get stuck in learning the skill. Most people think that the skill is what they use to get the job. That's absolutely wrong. Okay, you learn the skill. It's a foundation. Okay, so when you're building your house, you have a foundation. Then you start to build on the house. You start to build on the foundation. Then you start to put a roof on top of it before you can start to live or sleep in the house. So, but you see, most people believe that learning the skill is more than 100% of you getting a job. So you see, when I speak to people that are looking to get in started, they're always like, oh, I've paid for this course, I've learned this course, I have several courses with Udemy, blah, blah, blah. But that's not what will get you the job. Okay? So a lot of people get stuck in that learning phase, thinking that they need to keep learning in order for them to get their first job. Now, the next part is what the solution that we're providing. Gain project-based experience. Project-based experience that will separate you from over 90% of the people within the space that are looking to transition. Now, I see a lot of people complaining in Nigeria saying that they can't get a job in Nigeria. Oh, I can't get a job. I can't get a job. I can't get a job. All right. Oh, I don't have experience. That's the reason why I missed out on XYZ opportunity. Now, let me tell you a little bit of backstory. Okay. I had a friend of mine that was working within a consulting firm where I was working. So we started together as interns. So while I was working on, developing myself, moving to, into the tech space, it didn't really move alongside with myself. Okay. So it was still working within the consulting space, even after years of me moving across, different organizations and so on. So he reached out to me and was asking me like, oh, if Emena, I want to do tech, I want to go into data analytics. And at the time when he was talking to me, he was earning just roughly about 250, 300,000. Okay. 250, 300,000. Okay. And it learns data analytics. It learned data analytics, learned how to use data analytics software like Excel, Power BI, Tableau, SQL, and so on and so forth. So obviously we worked on projects. I gave him some projects to work on, and I was able to work on those projects through analytics, and was able to, eventually was able to get his job. He got his job just about a year plus ago. Now this guy moved from a salary of 250K, 250, 300. Currently, this guy earns well above a million naira. Now, just imagine if the person did not identify the career path they wanted to go into. Just imagine the person did not learn the skill. Just imagine the person did not work on projects in order for them to get a job. That's exactly what we provide. Okay, so the guy, and this is just one out of so many other people that I've worked with that have gotten jobs, that have gotten masters, they've gotten their PhD, they've gotten quite a number of relevance in their own personal career. So if you're looking to get it started, okay, look for where you can work on projects. So when you go for an interview, you can confidently talk about the things that you're going to do, the things that you're going to bring to the organization, the solutions that you have built in the past. So going for an interview and asking you situational based questions like, tell me about a time you've done X, Y, Z. You're not going to be looking confused. Okay. All right. Most people, like I said, are stuck on learning the technologies, not gaining experience. Meanwhile, it is experience that gets you the job. Okay. Number 4 is gain employability skills. Majority of us don't have very good CVs. So a little bit of backdrop also. When I relocated initially, all right, I was using my Nigerian CV to apply for jobs. And I will tell you for free that I was getting loads of rejection. Like rejection to the extent that when I apply for the job, they are immediately apply, they are sending me an instant rejection email. It's like the HR officer was waiting for me to send my job to apply, and immediately I applied, they sent me a rejection. So that's how bad it was. Okay, some of you are not getting calls from employers. You apply, you apply, you apply, you apply. You're not getting any calls from them. Number 1, your CV is not good. So your CV is not converting. That's what it means. Okay. So for example, if you've ever worked in the marketing space, if you create an advert, okay, if you create an advert, you usually will calculate the conversion rate of the advert. How many customers did we bring in? How many customers were able to pay? And so on. Now your CV should have a conversion rate. You should be able to have conversion rate on your CV. So if you keep applying for a job or jobs and you're not getting any call from a recruiter or from an employer, something is wrong with your CV. It's not about anything. It's not about favor. It's not about anything. Your CV is just bad. That's what it means. And the second thing is, if you're getting a lot of first level interview, okay, your CV gets you a call from a recruiter or an employer. Oh, we would like to talk to you. But we found out that if you don't go past that first level, you don't go past the first level. So every time they talk to you, the first level stage of interview, you really don't get called back. Something is wrong with your interview skills. Okay, you're saying the wrong things during the interview. I'm going to digress again. So when I was in Ireland, the first time I ever relocated was me going to Ireland. So that's why I'll be sharing my employability journey. So, I told you about my CV that I was getting a lot of rejections. Eventually, I was able to move past that. First level interviews. So you see, the first level interview, let me tell you what I used to say. Back then, I would tell the recruiter or the employer, when they're asking me about my experience, I usually would just say, I will tone it down a little bit and I'll tell them that, okay, I want to, I'm looking for a place I want to grow. I'm looking for a place where I can learn the ropes and grow with the organization. You see, if I was saying that to a Nigerian employer, I am going to get that job. I can tell you for free. I'm going to get the job. I want to start from the bottom. I want to start from the grassroots and grow with the organization. I can tell you, any HR professional in the house or any recruiter in the house will tell you that in Nigeria, that's something that they resonate with because they feel like you're going to stay long in the organization. So they see you long term, that kind of thing. So, but when I got to Ireland, I kept saying the same thing because that's what I felt got me the opportunities I got in Nigeria. So every time they were asking questions about experience and all the things that I've done, I'll tone it down a little bit and I'll always say that, I want to grow with the organization. I want to start and understand the business and grow. I got a lot of rejections. I was getting a lot of rejections. So I was not going past the first level, telling me that my interviewing skills were not as good as I thought they were. So I switched it up. Well, anyways, we'll talk about that. But basically, we have people that are going through this problem without knowing that they are going through a problem. Okay? So people are doing this thinking that there is something wrong. They know there's something wrong, but really they can't place it that this is what the problem is. So employability skills is very important. Your CV is important. Your LinkedIn profile is important. How you interview, how you talk to recruiters or employers, very, very important. So you need to gain employability skills. Number 5 is networking. You need to meet other people. You need to talk to other people. You need to listen to people's life experience. Like what I'm doing, what you're doing at the moment is a part of networking. Attend sessions like this, talk to people, talk to professionals that have been in your situations before, learn from them. That's the best way for you to also learn. Number 6 is mentorship. Get somebody that would hold your hand and guide you through, the journey of you getting your first job. That's the key thing. So these are the things that you need to look out for. All right. Identify the career paths you want to get into, learn the skills, gain project-based experience, gain employability experience, network, and get a mentor. It's as simple as that. Now, do you know the platform that provides you with everything? Can you guess the platform that provides you with everything? Let me see. Work experience to learning the skills to employability. Do you know that? Do you know the platform that provides you with everything? I'm Dari. Let's go. All right, I'm Dari provides you with everything, every single thing. And that's the reason why we started because, like I said, we have been there. In Nigeria, I'll say this in Pidgin for the majority of the guys that are in Nigeria at the moment. All right, they will say you follow who know road, follow the person that knows the road, follow the person that knows the direction. Okay, so I've been there. I've been in your situation. Like I said, it took me about 2 years to get my first job, 2 solid years to get my first role. All right. So moving on from that, I shared my experience with bad CV. I've shared my experience with bad interviewing skills. So I've learned it. You don't have to go and go through that hard road of trying to figure it out yourself. Okay. That's exactly why we provide the services that we provide. So most of you, I still see a lot of people saying, can I get free resources on YouTube? Can I get free resources on Udemy? Those free resources are going to be there for you to learn. How do you get project-based experience? How do you get employability skills? How do you network? How do you get a mentor? These are the things that you need also. So if you're enjoying yourself, I want you guys to give me a thumbs up, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Okay? All right, fantastic. All right, good to have you guys. I'm usually very excited speaking to people that are looking to get started. I'm always excited. All right. So let's take a look at, a typical example. So please, guys, ensure that you're filling the attendance form so you can get access to the materials that we are using for today's session. Ensure you fill the attendance form. So my colleague Tonoa is going to drop it. Please fill the attendance so you can get access to the materials, the resources that we're using in today's session. All right. So let's take a look at Glory. Glory is coming from a non-technical background. Glory is a teacher. Okay? Glory is a teacher. So the Glory could be anybody. This is an hypothetical example, okay? So Glory is a teacher. Glory could be a customer service rep. Glory could be a farmer. Glory could be a business entrepreneur. Glory could be anything. Glory could be a hairdresser, a barber, whatever the case may be. But we're using teacher for this situation, okay? Following the six-step approach to career transition, okay, number one is identify the career path. So, after today's session, I'm pretty sure you're going to select your own desired career path. So, we're just going to make it could be cybersecurity, it could be data analytics, it could be data science, it could be data engineering, it could be any career path. Now, identify the career path that you want to get started in, okay, and stick to it. Please stick to it. Don't get distracted. If a number of your friends got a job as a product manager, okay, or as a cybersecurity analyst, and you have decided to go for data science, stick to your data science. Your opportunities are going to come. I can tell you that, okay, it's going to come. So stick to the career path. There is this thing that comes with doing things over and over, okay, and you're going to get it done. Number two is learn the skills, and this is where Amdari comes in, like I mentioned earlier. Okay, it gives you an immersive learning experience while learning on projects. Now, let me tell you a little bit. I'm going to digress a little bit. So there are things that I've worked on. Okay, let me tell you how I even got into Power Platform development or Power Platform engineering. Okay, I was working in an organization. Okay, and what I was required to do in that organization was analytics. So I was the one leading analytics for the supply chain for the supply chain department. Okay, working on this particular project, I started to see the need for automation. Okay, there was a lot of reporting that needed to be automated. There were a lot of manual things that were needed to be automated. So I did a couple of research and I found out that, okay, Power Platform was obviously it was a Microsoft dominated organization. So at that point, I saw that, okay, let me implement Power Platform. All right, and that's when I started to learn about Power Platform, and that's when I started to use Power Platform. If you've never heard of it, don't worry. All right, it's more data analytics, more data analytics related. Okay, so went into automation, started using Power Apps, started using Power Automate, and so on and so forth to automate some of the things that I do on a day-to-day basis. So I didn't go to learn it. I didn't say I wanted to become a Power Platform engineer, okay, or a Power Platform developer. What I did was because of that project I was working on, because of the work experience I had gotten that led to me learning Power Platform. And eventually I started doing Power Platform freelancing, and I started doing it for quite a number of projects that I started working on. Okay, but you see, that's the immersive learning experience through projects. So what most people do is they look for learning before they look for projects. So they go buy a course first before they start to look for projects. So if you've been learning data analytics or you've been learning data science, you need to start working on projects. Don't go and buy the next course. Don't go and buy the next AI course. Don't learn the ones that you have done. Work on projects where you can implement the things that you've done. Now, that's how you build your skills, okay? Now, gain project-based experience, and that's exactly what we offer. And I'm going to show you the way our project-based experience actually works to give you a very holistic view of how you can work on real-life projects at the convenience of your own, okay? So Amdari provides you not just learning, but also project-based experience from actual real-life business situation, actual real-life business. So you can literally talk about the businesses that you've worked on, and you can use that in selling the skills that you have to get in the job that you're looking for. Number four, employability. So we're going to help you with rebranding, personal rebranding. So work on your CV to help you navigate the job market. So we'll help you with your CV, we'll help you with your LinkedIn, we'll help you with your interviewing skills, we'll help you with everything. Okay. Number five is networking. Adaria has a strong network of professionals across the world, from the UK to the US to Canada. We have a network of professionals that you are going to be networking with. Number six is mentorship. So we'll provide you with mentors. Every single person that goes through Amdari will be assigned a mentor. Okay, a mentor that would hold your hand and guide you through the whole entire learning experience. So that's exactly the six-step approach that we have implemented within Amdari to guarantee you success, guarantee you that experience, guarantee you that personal rebranding, guarantees you that putting all this thing together to land in your first tech role. Either you're in Nigeria, you're in Ghana, you're anywhere in the world, you're in the UK, you're in the US, you're in Canada, literally anywhere, we're going to help you. All right. So let me talk about my own personal experience, like I mentioned earlier. So my first role was working as a business intelligence developer role. And I'll tell you that what I used in getting that first role was an Arsenal dashboard. I did this report about this was it's almost 6 years. It's about 6 years ago. All right, about 6 years ago. You see this here. This is on LinkedIn. I added the link here. So if you want to take a look at it, please fill the attendance, and I'm going to share all this with you. So I'm going to click on this, and I will show you my own LinkedIn. I'll show you the project I worked on that got me my first job. So most people think that they need to work on very obviously now times have passed. Obviously 6 years ago, it's a long time ago. Okay, so let me just share. I'm going to share something with you real quick. Okay, so I'm going to click here and I'm going to show you this report. I'm very embarrassed with this, so please guys don't yap me. Okay, don't make just of my what I call it of my dashboard. I'm going to share. I've clicked on the button now. It's currently loading. So I worked on this particular project, and it was an Arsenal project I did at my own spare time. And it was just something that I found very interesting, and I was like, okay, do you know what? Let me work on it. Okay, so I used to watch football, but sorry, I don't do that anymore. I don't do that as much as I used to in the past. Okay, so I'm an Arsenal fan. I used to be an Arsenal fan. I would say that. Now I watch more of UFC, Ultimate Fighting Champions. I do more of UFC now. But anyway, that's by the way. But I worked on this project, and it was just something that was interesting to me at the time. Okay, and I'm going to bring that up in a few seconds. Now this is it. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a bit so you guys can read it yourself. So this is about 5 years ago. Okay, when I was looking at transition, so I was working on different kinds of projects. I didn't even know what project was going to get me the role I was looking for, and so on and so forth. So it's a 10-day. It's 10 days to the start of the Premier League. I'm an Arsenal fan and decided to play around data from Bet 365 to determine what to expect this season. Arsenal always finds a way to disappoint, so let me prepare my mind. It was just a fun project I worked on. So I got the data from Bet365. I did the analysis and I posted it on LinkedIn. It was on LinkedIn, okay? And it's not a very beautiful dashboard. It's not a very beautiful, very it's not the finest dashboard, but you can see that Power BI was very old. See, this is a very old Power BI design, okay? But I didn't even care. I just designed it and I posted it online. So fast forward, not fast forward. This was something I had done before, so I posted it online again. All right. So doing this report, I applied for that role, business intelligence developer. So the role was heavy on Power BI. Was heavy on Power BI. And they needed somebody that was good with Power BI, that understands the entire usage of Power BI end to end. And what did I do? I showed them this project I worked on. So, I claimed experience. I claimed that I'd been using Power BI for the last couple of years, even though I was learning it at that point. But I walked them through how I was able to scrape the data from Bet365. I was able to scrape the data from Bet365. I was able to bring it to Power BI. I was able to calculate my metrics. I was able to build my visualization. I was able to automate the process. Even though I was just fairly new, I was just learning. But I built projects that I could use to walk them through my experience using the technology. And guess what? I was able to secure the job. I was able to secure the job. Now, fast forward about 2 years after, okay, I built another report. Okay, I built the same report because and this is when I started looking at how I can help more people transition into the tech space. So obviously, I had worked on the project, and that project got me a job. I was like, guys, I know the trick. I know the trick now. I know the trick that can get you a job. Work on projects today. That's exactly where it came in. So I'm going to click here to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys the new project, the new one I worked on. All right. And I'm going to bring it up on the screen now. It's a lot finer, no doubt about that. It's a lot finer. It's a lot better. It's a lot more interactive. But I didn't get better from working on more projects, okay? Or looking for the next new course, okay? I got better by getting a job. All right. So you see, fast forward, music, the sound. So you see, it's more interactive, it's better, the visualizations are different, a lot of automation, a lot of the same report, the same dashboard, the same thing, but it was not better. Okay? So, and that's exactly what I was talking about, you working on projects. Now, obviously, another thing is I'd started working on I started working in business intelligence, but I enjoy data science. I love data science. Anything data science, that's what I wanted to go into because I was going to be building something that was different from just dashboards. Okay, I wanted to build applications. I wanted to solve problems. So what did I do? I started working on data science activities, projects in data science. Okay, so I worked on projects in machine learning, predictive analytics, all that. They are all on my GitHub. But I also did some I posted on LinkedIn. I was not able to find some of the ones I posted, but I saw this one, so I'll show you this. So you see, this is, when I was looking to transition into the data science space, I also worked on a lot of projects. But also, like I said, because I knew exactly what worked, and I knew that people could work on projects. You see here, let's train because let's work on projects, let's work on projects, let's work on projects. And that's how we've been able to help a lot of people secure the first job. So you see all these links are there to all the web pages to getting you your desired job. So you see all these things were done just from the convenience of my inquisitive mind of mine to build applications to work on projects. So these are data science projects. It was a facial detection, face detection project, eyes detection, and smile detection. So you detect you when you're smiling or not smiling. So these are the kind of projects I have worked on, okay, to secure opportunities in data science. So if you look at my experience, you can check me out on LinkedIn. So all the experience, there are quite a number of my experience that's not still there just because of conflict. Okay. You see, looking at this, I wanted to get into Vastmind, so I worked at the data, and that's what got me into data science. Started deploying computer vision applications for quite a number of businesses and so on. I also worked with this company based in the UK as a data scientist, doing the same thing, working on projects. So these are the things that have worked for me personally. Okay, that have worked for me personally, and I know without a doubt. Okay, and I've worked for over 2,500 people get their first role within the tech space, working on projects, not learning, not going to buy a new course. Don't go and buy a new course. Learn on projects. I'm not saying if you're a beginner, you need to learn the skills first, like I said earlier. But if you've done a lot of learning before, you've bought courses, you've attended bootcamp, you don't need to go and pay for another bootcamp. You need to work on projects. Okay, you need to start working on projects, and these are the things that I've worked on. So these are all projects I've worked on to get me into the career path that I'm looking for. So if you guys enjoy yourself, give me a thumbs up. This is my own personal experience. I'm using it to buttress project-based experience. So if it does not work for me, it's like you're going to meet a doctor that has not, maybe has no experience, and they're telling you to do X, Y, Z. You will question it. So I'm sharing my own personal experience on how I was able to transition from data analytics to data science, and even into data engineering. It's the same thing, true project. Okay, true hands-on project. So that's exactly where it comes in. So let's move on to the next step, okay? And we'll be wrapping up in the next 30 minutes. So now the key question is, what are the job prospects for these career paths? What are the job prospects for these career paths? So if you want to go into this career path, what are the opportunities therein? So let's take a look at it. Now, for business analysis, now, what are the key technologies that you get to learn for business analysis? Excel, SQL, Jira, Azure DevOps, Power BI, Draw.io, and Lucy Charts. So these are the technologies that you need to learn, you need to be conversant with to get into business analysis. All right. So what career paths can you do? If you learn business analysis, you get a project experience on it. What kind of opportunities can you get? So you can get a job as a business analyst, okay, obviously. I'm going to look for my highlighter, okay. So you can get a job as a business analyst, you can work as a business data analyst, a process analyst, functional analyst, business systems analyst, operations analyst, requirement analyst, systems analyst, business process improvement analyst, and so many more, change management, and so many more. Now the key thing here is, a lot of people feel like, oh, if I do business analysis, I will become a business analyst. So people think so linear in the way they think about their work experience. So when you say you work on projects in business analysis, what opportunities can you get? There's so many, okay? So you can get a job as a business analyst, as a business data analyst. There's so many other opportunities there. So you see, when people go to look for jobs online, they would only look for business analyst jobs near me. okay? Not exploring the myriads of opportunity that still exists within business analysis. So we say of agile project manager. All right. So if you're going to project management, what major technologies would you be working with? You have the likes of Confluence, Jira, Trello, projects, Microsoft projects. You get to work with collaboration tools like Slack, Notion for documentation, and ClickUp. And there's so many other, software applications, SaaS applications that you would get to work with. What other opportunities are there? You can work as an agile program manager and project scrum master, a scrum master consultant, agile project manager, agile coach, technical scrum master, lean agile coach. You have scrum team facilitator. You also have scrum master. Quite a number of roles within project management that you could also go into. So it's not just, oh, I learned project management, or I currently have experience as a project manager. What roles can I do? There are tons of opportunities in there that you can take on. Same thing in cybersecurity. You learn cybersecurity, quite a number of applications that you get to work in. So for cybersecurity, we're going to focus on majorly four aspects within cybersecurity. So you have SOC analyst, you have threat intelligence, you have GRC, and you also have penetration testing. So we're going to cover four major career paths where you're going to be working on projects within cybersecurity. So you have Wireshark, you get to work with Splunk, Cisco Packet Tracer, IP Info, Bursuit, Microsoft Defender, VMware, Metasploit, Kali Linux, Zap, and so on and so forth. Okay, so what career paths exist in cybersecurity that will get you what you're looking for? Cybersecurity analyst, security compliance analyst, vulnerability analyst, cyber threat analyst, security architect, penetration tester, SOC analyst, information security analyst, incident response. There's so many roles that you can actually get into. Okay, just gaining hands-on experience in cybersecurity. Now, moving on to data science. Okay, data analytics, data science, and data engineering. We had a very interesting session on Friday. That was yesterday. We had a very interesting session. Was it on Thursday rather? It was on Thursday. On Thursday. Very interesting session on business, on the difference between data analytics, data science, and data engineering. So if you have not seen it, please just take out time to go on our YouTube page. All right. So if you go to our YouTube page, you will get to see either. So if you go on our YouTube page, search for Amdari. Okay, just search for Amdari. Okay, search for Amdari on YouTube and click on it. Okay, you'll see the most recent. You see what tech careers should I get into in 2025? Okay, you see data analyst versus data scientist versus data engineer. So if you click that, to show you it will show you the session that talks about data engineering, data analytics, and data science, and what the role entails, and so on and so forth. So go check it out. It's a very, very detailed video on the difference between data analytics, data science, and data engineering. So now for data analytics, what softwares would you be working with? You'll be working with Excel, SQL, Tableau, Power BI, Microsoft Fabrics, ChatGPT, and Power Platform. So you get to work with all the tools in Power Platforms. Okay, so data analyst, you can get a job as a data analyst, product analyst, business intelligence analyst, supply chain analyst, procurement analyst, logistics analyst, operation. So like I said, most people think so linear when they're talking about job opportunities. Okay, you think so linear because you learn data analytics, you can only work as a data analyst. That's not correct. There's so many other analytical roles that you can actually take on. And that's exactly where experience comes in. Because if you get experience in supply chain, you can get into supply chain analytics. If you get jobs in logistics or product or customer, there's so many roles you can actually go into, going through data analytics. Okay. Same thing in data science. For data science, you get to work with SQL, Tableau, AWS, Google Cloud, PySpark, GitHub, Excel, Azure. You get to work with quite a number of technologies also to get you in that data science. So you get to implement machine learning models, you get to deploy, you get to evaluate, you get to build some amazing projects in data science. So for this, you can also apply it to all the roles in data analytics. So if you're a data scientist, you can take on most of the roles in data analytics. On top of that, you would also be able to apply to data science roles, forecasting analyst, big data analyst, demand planning, machine learning, quantitative analyst, market research analyst, computer vision, like I said earlier that I did, and NLP developer. NLP means natural language processing developer. Data engineering, the same vein, in the same vein, multiple technologies you would learn, you get to work with, and also quite a number of opportunities for you in data engineering. So you also get to work with applications like Python, Linux, ChatGPT, AWS, GCP, Azure, PySpark, GitHub, Apache Airflow, DBT, and so on and so forth. And you see also the kind of roles you could also do, very interesting roles. You can work as a data engineer, obviously, business intelligence engineer or developer, AWS cloud engineer, analytics engineer, Azure cloud engineer, GCP cloud engineer, data migration specialist, and so on and so forth. So most people think so linear when they are thinking about career opportunity. So I want to learn data engineering because I want to become a data engineer. That's correct, but there are so many other roles you could actually take on. Now, moving on to the next one, okay? The last two that we have there, HR analytics and financial analytics. So these are more data analytics related, but it's just that they are more laser focused on one career path. So HR analysts, so a lot of people are looking at getting into HR analytics, HR analyst, talent analyst, people analyst, all those kind of roles also falls into HR analytics. Okay, so you learn your Power BI, you learn your Excel, you learn your SQL, you learn your Tableau, you learn all the technologies for data analytics. So you can also work as an HR analyst, people analyst, talent analyst, workforce planning analyst, benefit analyst, reward analyst, compensation analyst. There's so many roles within HR that you could also take on. The same thing in financial analytics. You're also learning data analytics, but you're using it in just finance. So nobody else can get you, nobody can come and steal your job. Okay, I mean, because it's called finance. So you can also work as a financial analyst, corporate financial analyst, investment analyst, commercial analyst, credit analyst, pricing analyst, financial planning analyst, portfolio analyst. There's so many other roles in there that you could actually get on. Okay, so when you're looking at career paths in tech, and remember, the goal for us, okay, was ease of learning, ease of transition. You see that ease of transitioning is something that we take very, very important. Okay, ease of transition is something that we play that is very important. Hence the reason why you're learning one skill, which is data analytics, data science, data engineering, cybersecurity, but it opens you up to many opportunities. So you're not just looking linearly into one small corner. You're looking like at a wider space, giving you more opportunities for you to get the job that you're looking for. So you're learning one skill, okay, but opens you up to many opportunities, thereby making your transitioning story a lot easier for you to get started. Okay, so now the last question I have here is, these roles require me to have 2 to 3 years of experience. What do I do? Okay, like I said, I've been in this situation before, and that's exactly why we're here today. Majority of these roles will require you to have 2 to 3 years of experience at the minimum. 2 to 3 years at the minimum with 2 to 3 years experience. So how do you do this? It is basically talking about rebranding. So you need to rebrand yourself. So if you're a teacher before, how can you convert your teaching experience into cybersecurity experience? If you're a farmer before, how do you convert your farming experience into data engineering? That's where personal rebranding, that's where it works. That's where it comes in. You need to personally rebrand yourself. So whatever career path you're doing before, you need to change. You need to find a way to adjust that past experience into your desired career path that you're going into. So that's what personal rebranding is all about. Okay, so and you do this through 2 ways. Number 1 is project-based experience, and number 2 is employability skills. Now, for project-based experience, that's where Andari comes in. So for the duration of the project, for 3 months, you're going to work on 6 to 8 real-world industry-based projects. You're going to work on 6 to 8 real-life industry-based projects. You get to work with cross-functional teams. You'll get to work with multiple industry experience. So from fintech to banking to FMCG to supply chain to logistics, you get multiple industry experience. Number 4, multiple role experience. So if you're going to analytics, for example, you get a role, you get that data analyst, you get product analyst, you get customer insight analyst, you get supply chain analyst, you get multiple role experience, meaning that it gives you more opportunities to apply for multiple roles. Okay, multi-technology experience. And also, when you're talking about multiple roles, cybersecurity is the same thing. So you go to SOC analyst, you go into penetration testing, you go into threat intelligence, you go into GRC, and so on. Okay, for multiple technology experience, you would also get to work with multiple technologies. Hence the reason why I showed you the technologies that you are going to be working with. Okay, teamwork and project collaboration, very important. Okay, increase confidence for future roles and networking opportunities. That's where we come in, to open door, to rebrand you. So based on real life projects, working with cross-functional teams, multiple industry experience, multiple role experience. So when you go outside, old things have passed away. All things are not new. So when they ask you questions, you can easily draw from so many places. From your networking opportunity, from networking, you can talk about your networking opportunity. You can talk about how you've worked with cross-functional team. Now, if you don't know what cross-functional team is, I will explain it a little bit better. So, if you work as a data analyst or a data scientist, data engineer, you have different teams in the organization. So, have you worked with HR before? Have you worked with finance before? Have you worked with supply chain? Have you worked with logistics? So you get that cross-functional team experience. So where you can actually say, yes, I've worked with the HR department. This was the business problem they were facing, and this is how we're able to solve the problem. I've worked with supply chain department because this was the problem they faced, and this is how they're able to solve it. So cross-functional team. So you are the data analyst, but you work with different functions within the same organization. That's what they call cross-functional teams. Now, multiple industry, I've explained that already. So this is what you get going through Amdari. Okay, this is what you get going through Amdari. So the next thing is employability skills, one-on-one CV review. So we are going to personally review your CV together, where we're going to sit down, talk about your experience, and revamp it from whatever you're doing before into your new desired career path. So if you're in customer service and you're looking to go into cybersecurity or data engineering or data analytics, we're going to rebrand that your experience into that career path that you're going into. All right. So whatever you've done before, we'll rebrand it, repackage it, and turn it into actual real life experiences that you can use and get your future job. One-on-one LinkedIn optimization in the same vein. Okay. One-on-one mentorship. Somebody will sit down with you and draft out a career journey for you, for where you start and how you can get your first job, and so personalized to you. All right. Number 4 is career coaching. Okay. Number 5 is interview preparation. We'll prepare you for an interview. So if you're not going past the first level, we'll start to prepare you to get, more, landing that job without, landing the job that you're looking for, essentially. Number 6, access to an exclusive remote job board. So on the platform, I'm going to share the platform with you in a few minutes. On the platform, we have a job board that gets remote jobs from LinkedIn, from Glassdoor, from Remote OK, from FlexJob. So we bring it all, rather than you going to all these job sites to be looking for jobs, we consolidated everything on our platform. So you have access to an exclusive remote job board. Number 7 is online portfolio builder. So rather than you building your website for your portfolio, you can easily build your portfolio on our platform. That's Amdari platform. Okay. And number 8 is job reference. Job reference. Now, this is the icing on the cake itself. So you see a lot of people are looking to apply for jobs. One of the major reasons why people don't get in is reference. So you've been working in customer service the last 7 years of your life, and you're looking to get into business analysis or project management or any career paths that we are offering, and they're asking you for job reference. Okay, who is this person that can back up your experience? You said you've done X, Y, Z. Can I get a reference from your previous employer? Because you were doing customer service in that organization, it becomes difficult for you to claim experience, for you to get that experience. But that's where Amdari comes in, to give you the experience, to give you that recommendation, to give you job reference recommendation. So that's exactly what we do. Now, how does the work experience program, how does the internship work with us at Amdari? So we have a couple of job partners, business partners. So we have business partners in the UK, in the US, in Canada, back home in Nigeria, and across Africa. Okay. So what we do with these businesses is we have a collaboration with them for them to give us their business problem. So give us a business problem. Okay. Give us a business problem, and we have people that will work on it. Okay, we have people that will work on it. So it could be a data analytics problem, it could be a data science problem, it could be a cybersecurity problem, project management, business analysis. It could be a project, it could just be a project, it could also be a business problem, and they give it to us. Okay, so once they give us that business problem, we assign it to our interns, to the people working on the platform. So the business challenges are assigned to groups. So once you join the platform, you register, you get started, you're assigned to a group. Now, in each of those teams, okay, you would have a minimum of 3 to 5 people working with you, okay? So you guys are assigned that project for you to work on. So team 1 works on the project, team 2 works on the project, team 3 works on the project, team 4 works on the project. And at the end of the day, you all are assigned a coach. So right from the moment that challenge is assigned to you, every single one of you is assigned a coach. Every team is assigned a coach. Now, this coach will provide you with guidance and support. So you're not trying to figure out things yourself. The coach will provide you with support, hands-on experience, hands-on support. These coaches are experienced. So they'll provide you with experience on what to do. Oh, I'm trying to do it like this. Oh, no, don't do it like this. Do it like this in order for you to achieve this desired result. So you have that coaching, you have that mentor that would also be guiding you through the project. Okay, so you're not left alone in a team or as an individual, you're not left alone. Now, once everything is done, typically a project will take about 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how extensive the project is. So typically it will take about 2 to 3 weeks. And once you're done with that project, you have a team presentation. Somebody in the team or 2 people or everybody presents. All right, there's a team presentation, there's evaluation, and there is recommendation. Now, the recommendation is given back to the business, okay, for them to take on. So the businesses, one of the major reasons why they are anonymous is because they can freely give us their business challenges, okay, and you guys can easily work on it. The moment you know the businesses, there's a perception, okay. All right, so to avoid any form of perception or bad reputation for themselves, it's preferred they remain anonymous. Okay, so you won't know the business they're working with. You will know the industry. You will know the staff strength. You know all the information you need to know about the business. You will have it, but you won't know the name. The only thing that will be hidden is the name of the business and any other sensitive information that might get you to know the business. So at the end of the day, those recommendations, your recommendation, the 4 teams' recommendations are given back to the business for their implementation. So in the real sense of it, you are going to be working as a consultant for Amdari, okay, solving real life business challenges for actual businesses in the space itself. That's how you get to work on real life projects. That's how you get to work on and see your work in real time and get real time feedback, real time results from the projects you're working on. And at the end of everything, these projects can be added to your own portfolio, to your personal portfolio that you can use to talk to recruiters and employers to get you that first job you're looking for. And also in the same vein, you also get a LinkedIn recommendation from our team. Okay, get you that recommendation from us to ensure that you work on this project. This is how you delivered on the project. These are the things that you get. So you see, all these things are things that we have put together to ensure that you stand out in your application process. Okay, you stand out in your application process. So join the next cohort. We have a course starting next month. Okay, we have a course starting in November, December, and in January. So you are looking to getting started, gaining hands-on experience that will start your next year. Okay, you need to start now. So 16th of November is the next cohort. If you're looking to get it started, limited slots are available. We're not taking a lot of people just because we're just starting off. So we are keeping it very, very, very small. So 15 people for each of the cohorts, 15 for each of the programs. Okay, we started running last week, and we have quite a number of people that have registered already. So I'm going to be sharing those numbers with you in a few minutes. So we have a course starting in November. That's this month. In the next 14 days from now, we have a program. We have a course starting, internship work experience program. We have another one starting on the 7th of December. and we have another one starting on the 11th of January. So these are the codes that are starting, that we're starting with, and we're only accepting limited number of people into the program. So if you're looking to getting started, the discount is only for the first set of people, 15 people. So for data analytics, we only have 10 people left. Okay, so we have over 5 people have registered already. Data science, we have about 11 people. Data engineering, we have just 12 people. Cybersecurity, HR, and financial analytics, we only have 10 people left to fill the slots. So if you're looking to get in started, you can select any of this cohort to start with. Either you're starting on the 16th of November, or you're starting on the 7th of December, or you're starting on the 11th of January. All right, secure your space as soon as possible. So the original price for the international work experience and the Nigerian experience is $400. Okay, and 400,000 naira. The discount is 300,000. So the discounted price, you're getting 25% discount, okay, for each of them. So it's currently $300 or 300,000 naira. Now, the international experience is very different from the Nigerian experience, okay? It's different. Now, what makes them very different is the length of what do you call it? The length of experience, and also the work reference you can get from Dari, and the work reference you can get from Dari. So looking at the international work experience, you can request for reference 2 years for 2 years from us. So going through the internship, you can always at any point in time ask for reference within the span of 2 years. Meanwhile, for the guys in Nigeria paying 300,000 naira, you have work experience, international work experience for 1 year, one full year. Okay, so and that's more than enough. I can tell you, if you settle down, you just need 1 year. So now, if you're looking to getting started, like I said, it's just a very limited slot for. We have just very limited slots for the people that are looking to get started. Now, this is actual projects you'll be working on, actual work experience to get you the first job, building your portfolio, access to remote job opportunities, so many things that we're doing to ensure that you get the best result from your tech career journey. So if you're looking to get started, I would say you should start as soon as possible. Play your sport, get your sports now, and let's get started. All right. So moving on to, I think we're almost wrapping up today's session. Okay. I'll be taking some questions. If you have any questions, you can raise up your hand. I'll take your questions. But before I take any question, I'm going to show you how you can make your payment. So yes, there is installment payment, and that's what I'm going to show you now. So I'm going to say that the link is sent to, you see my colleagues are dropping it in the chat. Okay, I'm dropping the links in the chat. So what you don't need to do is, it's a very simple process, to be honest with you, and I'm going to share that with you in a few minutes. So all you need to do is go to www.amdari.io. Amdari.io. That's what you're looking for. All right. So all you're looking for is Rave by Amdari. Okay, just click on Rave by Amdari, and this basically gives you an overview of what we are trying to do. So you see, the only platform that guarantees real world work experience through real life projects. So you're going to be working on real life projects. You can put it on your CV that you work with Amdari. You can put it on your LinkedIn that you're working with Amdari, that you just got a position, you just got started, not as an intern, but as a full-time staff. Okay, but as a full-time staff, as a full-time, you get that data analytics consultant, cybersecurity consultant. So you're going to be working as a consultant, and you're going to be solving real life projects. Okay, so what you want to do is you could just click on apply now, apply for internship, and it takes you to this page, experience real world global tech projects in any field with Rave by Amdari. So what you're looking for here is all the career paths are there. So HR analytics, data analytics, data science, data engineering, cybersecurity, and financial analytics. So all you need to do is select any of the internship that you're interested in. So if you're interested in cybersecurity, for example, click on cybersecurity, and it takes you to the pay for cybersecurity. So once you scroll down, it gives you an opportunity, it gives you all the things, overview of the program and all the things that you have there. Click on apply now. You see here, click on apply now, okay? And you have that in there, okay? And you have that, okay? So I'm not sure what this is, but So put in your first name, your last name, the gender, just fill in the information, your personal information, and that's all you need. Let me just quickly walk you through. So if you're men now, okay, I'll put April. For gender, I'm going to put male. For female, and for the preferred email, I'm just going to put in my, what do you call it? Amdari email, okay? If you're men now at amdari.com, okay? So phone number, I'm just going to put in some random numbers. Okay, going to click on next. Country, city of location, I'm going to put in either Lagos or let me just say Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, current status, I'm going to put in returning to work, career experience. I'm interested in cybersecurity. Preferred code to start. So I can just start in November, December, or January. So let's say I'm interested in December. I click on December. Okay, how did you hear about us? Let's just say I heard about it on Instagram. I click on next. Highest level of education, I would say BSc. Okay. Are you authorized to work? I would say yes. So my current location, I'll put Canada. Okay. And recruiters use Rave by Amdari to connect with potential candidates about open roles. Do you consent to us sharing your profile? So what we do also is majority of these businesses that we work with also request for people to be placed with the organization to work full time. So we put this here so that if you want us to share your profile, fantastic. If you don't want us to share your profile, also please let us know. Just say no, I don't give consent to this, and that's also what happens. Okay. So if you allow, then once an opportunity comes in, okay, from the businesses that we're working with, then we can place you in that particular organization. Obviously, there's going to be a recruitment process to get you started and all that, but we'll share your profile and then that recruitment process is done for you. So once you fill all this information, okay, just click on submit and it takes you to this application successful. Congratulations on successful completing your first step. Click on proceed and it takes you straight to the payment page. It takes you to the payment page where you can make your payments. So once you finish that registration, it takes you to this page. Choose your payment plan. You can either do a one-time payment or you could do 2 monthly payments. You can do 2 monthly payments. So if you're outside the country or you want to pay for the international experience, you pay 150 US dollars, 150 US dollars. And once you click on secure internship, you pay 150 today and you pay 150 in 1 month time. So you have a month in order for you to pay for the second installment. Okay, so this is you that are looking to pay into installment. That's exactly what you have there. All right. And if you're looking at paying in Naira for the Nigerian experience, okay, you could actually just search for Naira, click on Naira. So you see it in 300,000 Naira. Okay, you can do a one-time payment or you could do a 2 monthly installments. So just come here, search for Nigeria. Okay, and you see Naira. So you see Naira. So you can pay 150,000 Naira for 2 months. Okay, 150,000 Naira for 2 months. So once you click on secure internship, you see you can 150 is due today, and another 150 is due in 1 month's time. Another 150 is due in 1 month's time. Click on proceed, and you can easily just put in your information, your name, your email, your phone number, and you can easily pay for the product. And that's how you get it done. So all you need to do, like I said, just repeat the steps again very quickly. Go to amdari.io. Okay, once you go to amdari.io, click on Raised by Amdari, click on Apply for Internship, scroll down, select the internship program that you're interested in, click on this, Apply Now. Okay, once you get the Apply Now, click on Is Data Science Career Internship. Okay, click on Apply Now, fill the form. Okay, click on Next, Proceed to your payment, make your payment, and you are registered for the program. So like I mentioned, the program is started. We have a course started on the 16th of November, another on the 7th of December, another on the 11th of January. So if you're looking at getting started, guys, this is the best thing after sliced bread. All right, that will get you the experience that you need to land that first job. So everybody's looking for UK experience, Canada experience. You have anybody that's complaining that they can't get a job because they don't have experience, this is exactly why we have this. Okay, so to give them that work experience that they can use in getting their first job. So once you finish making payment, there's another link here that takes you to the registration form. Okay, to just confirm your registration for the finance guys to confirm your registration. All right, it's a very short form, just your preferred email address for us to reach out to you on, your first name, your last name, your registration email, your country of residence, your current status, and phone number, and so on and so forth. Okay. All right. So just a brief registration form. So once you've made payment, all you need to do is, I can see some people telling me they've made payment. Once you made payment, please ensure you fill this form. Ensure you fill this form. Getting started. Okay. It's very brief, provides you with just a brief information about yourself, and that's just about it. So once you make payment, you register, make payment, you click on the registration link. Everything is in the charts. Okay. And also that's the reason why we sent you, we ask you to fill the attendance form so that all this information will be sent to you so that you can easily get access to it. Okay. So please remember, it's only for the first 15 people. We're not accepting more than 15 people. All right. We're only accepting 15 people. So if you know you yourself and your friend, you're lacking in one aspect and you want to get started, I would say start now. Register, secure the spot. You guys can be in the same team. You guys can work on projects together. That's the community that we're trying to build at the moment. So this is what I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to be taking questions from now on. So just to remind you the opportunities that you get for registering, you get 3 to 6 months virtual internship working with Amdari, access to a exclusive remote job board. I'm going to show you that. I don't think I've showed you that so far. I'm going to show you that real quick. Okay, give me a second. All right, so once you create an account, okay, so I'm going to show you, this is what you get from it. Okay, so you get a portfolio builder that you can use to share your personal life experience. So you see your job title, my latest work, years of experience, total project. You can connect with me on X or on LinkedIn, or let's work together. So all this is, they're all customizable to suit you better. So all this is your portfolio page. So some of the projects you've worked on, you can click on projects. The recruiter will be able to click on some of these projects that you've worked on, click on visit sites to visit the projects that you've worked on. So this is one of the projects, project campaign metrics, comparing market campaigns against competitors. So this is one of the projects you get to work on. So you see overview of the project, rationale of the project, aim of the project dashboard images, and so on and so forth. So it becomes easy for you to build your own portfolio. So rather than you learning how to build a website or learning how to use GitHub, blah, 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 you could always use this as your web platform. So what you could do at the end of you building your own website, you building your own portfolio on your platform, okay, you can copy the link, okay, and you can share you can even share on LinkedIn, on Twitter, you can share this, okay? You can copy the link again over here. So if I open a new browser, I'm going to just open a new browser, all right, and show you how it looks like, okay? So if you come here and I click on the link, change it. So you see it now, HTTP, amdari.io profile, Ifemena ePro, and I press enter, it takes me straight to the profile. Okay, so this is what the recruiter is going to see. So it's your own profile. It's not going to see the dashboard, the things that you're working on. It's just going to see your own portfolio of projects. So you can see your portfolio site, the things that you've done. This is me, Ifemena ePro. So all these things in that mode. So all the things that you've worked on, the projects you've worked on, you can visit the site. You can look at the projects the person has worked on. So this is customizable to suit you, your portfolio design. So you're going to get access to a portfolio page for Portfolio Builder. You're also going to get access to a remote job board. Okay, so you see the job board, it's also there where you will get access to quite a number of job positions, remote positions globally, not just your local environment. Okay, so you can apply for thousands and hundreds of job opportunities available across the country and across the world. International work experience letter. So anywhere you're applying to, you can claim work experience and say you're currently working with I'm Dari, okay, and we'll provide you with a recommendation letter. We'll provide you with work reference, as long as for international guys you get it for 2 years. For the guys Nigerian experience being 300,000, you get it for just 1 year. Access to all employability session, one-on-one CV review, LinkedIn optimization, and career coaching sessions. Like I mentioned, 15 people slots. If you're interested, get started as soon as possible. So I'll take questions for the next, I would say 10, 15 minutes. And yeah, I'll be happy to take any of the questions. So if you have any questions, please raise your hands and I'll be taking questions. So let me look at the chat first of all. I want to ask this, please. Does this internship fit in well for a newbie, like a beginner who intends to study data engineering? Um, We'll provide you with resources. What we do for majority of the newbies that are going to be coming on board, we'll provide you with enough resources that will get you started. But like I mentioned, you will need to probably do a tad bit more. Okay, you'll likely have to do a tad bit more. So someone that has learned, if you've never learned Python before, definitely I don't think you can actually do this. Or you've not learned SQL, you've never used SQL before, you likely will find it very difficult to get started. So I'll recommend you probably go for a course somewhere else to learn it. You can also seek recommendation from us. We can give you some courses that you can go and watch for the next 2-3 months or a month, 2 months, depending on how fast you can take the course. Take the course, come back, then you can work on projects. So what we guarantee and what we're giving to you is work experience. So we're not training you. Okay, we're not, it's work experience, you working on projects, you solving problems. In the same vein, you'll be learning technologies, you'll be learning new technologies, but I mean, if you have a good foundation, that's what we want to build on. Okay, so let me just see, let me see. I'm not seeing the screen. Okay, no, I think let me just take some comments. Let me see if there's let me see the people if I can ask you to unmute themselves so I can answer some questions in here. Okay, so let me start off with Olajide Mohammed. Olajide Mohammed, let me take a question real quick. Olajide Mohammed. Williams Moronkayo. So if you're here, then you can unmute yourself and you can speak. All right, Williams Moronkayo. Okay, let me take the next person. Florence. Florence, do you want to unmute yourself and speak? Florence, are you there? Florence, do you want to unmute yourself and speak? Okay, nobody from Florence. Let me take the next person. I'm going to take the next person. Adegoke. Okay, Williams. Yes, Jordan, you were saying something.
Yeah. Thank you for, yes, I can hear you, sir. Thank you for the privilege given to me, sir. Sir, please, I would like to know because all these, the the time you had with us has been insightful, and I fall into the category of people switching careers, like learning a lot of things, how the pitfalls. So I've been able to know my own to switching from full stack to this thing. But what we now I would like to ask is this. Before I've heard of Decagon, they will train some people, and after training them, they link them up with an organization, so they can be serving them for like their this thing, their salary. They might remove the money of the training for like 2, 3, or 1 year, a year. So is there opportunity for such a thing? Because here in Nigeria, we have work from one organization to others, and it's as if the money given to us is just like a peanut. So for us gathering something like 300,000 at this very moment, practically I can tell you that at my own end, because since I know the prospect in tech, so I could have sacrificed anything I could if I have something of such. So is there an avenue for such, like maybe you get a just like give us the opportunity of doing an internship and then secure a job this thing for us, a job placement for us, and then as the money is coming, then you are removing it from us, and then we know that for a certain period, maybe like 6 months or a year before we finish paying the money. I would like to know, sir.
All right, thank you very much for that question. Very, very interesting question. Adegoke. So at the moment, to be honest with you, we're not doing that at this point in time. Okay, we're not doing that at this point in time. And I'm pretty sure if you go to Decagon, any other platform, you'll see that majority of this platform are not doing that anymore. And that's because, it has a lot of legal implications. Okay, there are a lot of legal implications that comes with you running such kind of model. All right. So if you're going to be doing that and the person is not performing well on the job, what happens? And the person gets sacked. So that's investment gone. So there are quite a number of legal opportunities. There are quite a number of things that if you're going to be running that in the future, at this point in time, we're not doing that, unfortunately. I think okay. Okay. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes the question. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. William, just let me take you next. I think okay, thanks a lot for that question. William, just go ahead, please.
Okay, good evening. Um,
Yes.
I actually have I learnt from one of this what's it called, digital readiness, tools and fundamentals of cybersecurity. So I really want
Okay.
to know that after all this, are we going to get a secure job? Like after we're done with all the training, with all the experience, and according to you said we are going to be having hands-on deck experience, like a real
Yes.
in the world experience, which is something that I've actually been hunting for. So I really want to know if we are going to get a job, like it is starting, we're going to get a job after all this. So that's my
Okay.
question.
What you say you've done a training somewhere before, correct?
Yes, like to have skills on cybersecurity.
Okay. All right. So, the question is very, very entitled question. Thanks a lot for that question. So the way I usually answer this question is very simple. Very simple. What you put in is what you get out. It's as simple as that. Okay. So there is nothing guaranteed. If I was looking at guarantee when I was looking at transitioning also, I probably would not be where I am. Okay. So when I was looking at getting started, I never asked anybody that was, speaking with any organization that am I guaranteed to get a job or will I be able to get a job? But the effort, look at the effort I put into my work. That's why I shared my own life experience. I'm not sharing somebody else's experience. I shared the projects I
Yeah.
worked on. What you put in is what you get out. If you put in energy, you put in the work, you do all the projects, you do all the assignments, you do all the things that require you. We make your CV better. We put you on LinkedIn. We do your LinkedIn better. We open you up to remote site opportunity. We have business collaborations. We have collaborations with businesses that give us their project. If it works well, we get you to recommend. We can't guarantee. There's no guarantee that say that okay, at the end of 3 months you're going to get a job. No, we're not doing that. Okay, the work you
Okay.
put in, okay, will guarantee the kind of value you get at the end of the day. Okay, so that's
Mm.
what I would say, Williams.
Okay.
Okay,
But with the whole experience, one will be well cooked
you'll be
for the work.
well, you'll be well more than well prepared to get you into the space itself. Okay,
Okay.
you'll be more than well prepared. So you'll be working on not just any data. You won't be working on any project that you can get easily on the internet. All right, you'll be getting projects that are unique to businesses. Okay, and you
Okay.
can use those business experience to apply and get the job that you're looking for. So there's no, I can't guarantee you anything. I'm guaranteeing you that you will get that experience that you can use in landing your first job. That's what I'm guaranteeing you. Make sense?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Thanks for the brilliant question.
Thank
All right. All right. So I have quite a number of people raising up their hands, interestingly. Okay. Florence, are you there now? Can you hear me? Okay. Michael, I'm going to take you next. Michael Oladili. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good
Good evening,
evening.
sir.
How are you? How are you doing today? Yeah.
I'm fine, sir. I actually want to ask a question that uh, if you learn this data analysis, what is the difference between the data analysis and data science? That's what I actually want to know. That what's
Okay.
the difference? Does it have to do with the statistic and number, and the data science has to do with the same statistic and number?
Okay, brilliant question. Thank you. I'll do that in like a few minutes so that we don't take too much time. I'll give you a second. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to do this very quickly so you understand it better. So you see both data science, we have data analytics and we have data science. Okay, we have data analytics. Let me say analytics, and we have data science. Now, what's the difference between these two? So these two guys, they both use data. Okay, they are both using data. That's something that you need to understand. Okay, so I'm going to mute you because I think there's a feedback coming from your end. Okay, Michael, just give me a second. I'll come back
Okay.
to you. Okay, so these two guys, data analysts and the data scientists, they both make use of data. But what do they use data to do? They use data to answer questions. They both use data to answer questions. This is the best way for me to explain it to you. So now they use data to answer questions. Now, what kind of questions do they answer? Okay. Number one, there are three type of questions that they get to answer. Number one is what we call descriptive analytics. Number one is descriptive analytics. Number two is diagnostic analytics, and number three is predictive analytics. Okay, analytics. Okay, so these are the three questions you answer. So what are the questions? This one is what happened? What happened? Okay. Number two, which is diagnostics, is why did that particular thing happen? Why did it happen? And number three is predictive analytics. What will happen? What will happen? That's future, correct? So that's the third one. So the data analyst will only answer two out of this question. Okay, the data analyst will only answer two, which is what happened and why did it happen. So you see, the data analyst is required to use a lot of visualization. Okay, visualization to tell a story about what happened and why did it happen. So that's why you see the data analyst would learn stuff like Power BI, stuff like Excel, okay, stuff like Tableau, okay, to be able to visualize and tell you what happened and why did it happen. So let's take, for example, you work in a bank, okay? So you see transaction. Let's say we're looking at transactions in the bank for the last 6 months, okay? Transactions in the bank in the last 6 months. So if you're looking at this, you plot it on the visualization and you'll see January, you'll see February, you'll see March, April, May, and June. So 6 months transaction, total transaction. So let's say in January, there were about 2,000 transactions, 2,000 transactions. In February, you had about 3,000 transactions. In March, you had about 600 transactions. Okay, 600. In April, you had 1,500 transactions. In March, you had 10,000 transactions. In June, you had 12,000 transactions. So now you can see exactly what happened, okay, from January to June 20, let's say this is 2024, okay? You can see exactly what happened in June, January 2024, February, March, April, May, and June. So you can see you made 2,000 in total transaction was 2,000 transaction in January, 3,000 transaction in February, 600 transaction in March, 1,500 in April, and in May and June, you did 10,000 and 12,000 transactions respectively. So you can see exactly, you can tell what happened. You know exactly what happened now using tools like Power BI, Excel, and Tableau. The next thing is, why did it happen? So why did you have about 2K, 3K in some months? In another month, May and June, April and May, January, February, March and April, you have 600 transactions and 1,500 transactions. And in May, June, you did about 10, 12,000. You did what you did in these 2 months. The rest of the months cannot even equate to one of the months that you have here. So this is 2,000, this is 5,000, 5,600. This is about 6,000 plus, okay, or 7,000 plus, okay, in total. So it's not even up to 1 month's transaction. So what happened? Why did this happen? Why did you have less transaction in some months, and in some months you have higher transaction volume? So what happened? Was it was it a new feature to the application? Was it an advertisement? Was it user adoption? Was it what was the main reason why people are using the platform? Why was there a sudden increase in the number of transactions that were being done on the platform? So data analysts focus on what happened and why did it happen. The tools they get to use is Power BI, Excel, Tableau, and also in the same vein, SQL to understand these two questions: what happened and why did it happen? Now, the major difference between the two of them is for data science, the data scientists, I'm going to use a different color so that you can easily see. All right. The data scientists, okay, would answer all three questions, the three of the questions that you have there. Three questions: what happened, why did it happen, and what will eventually happen. Now, the main work of the data scientist is number three. The main work of the data scientist is number three, which is predictive analytics, to predict into the future. So the data analyst is going to stop at why it happened, but the data scientist will go into the future. So from July, August, September, October, November, December, to 2025 again, January to December 2025. These data scientists will predict that this is going to be the total number of transactions from July to the end of the year. And also in 2025, this is what is likely going to happen. So the data scientist focuses majorly on predictions. Okay, focuses on prediction. Okay, now prediction is where you start to use your machine learning, statistical models. Okay, statistical models. Okay, and all your deep learning, and so on and so forth. All right, so that's where the data scientist comes in. So the data scientist is not going to be building dashboard, a Power BI, Excel, Tableau. They won't be doing that. Okay, their major tool that they'll be working with is Python. So if anybody tells you as a data analyst, go and learn Python, the person is doing you a great disservice. Okay, so that's why Python is not required for you to work as a data analyst. Your data analyst, you're only answering two questions: what happened and why did it happen? And what do you use? You use visualization tools for that: Power BI, Excel, Tableau, and also the same with SQL. For the data scientist, you use Python. You use Python to answer all these three questions: what happened, why did it happen, and what will happen. And that's exactly what works. Okay, Michael, I hope that answers your question.
And I just want the Python. Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, I'm here.
The Python. Is it possible to learn other data analysis?
Is it possible to learn it under data analysis,
Yes.
like during the internship?
Python, you said you're going to work on that data science. So I'm actually thinking that is it possible to learn it other data analysis also?
It's not going to be very useful for you to learn Python as a data analyst. So I wouldn't recommend you to do that. So if you're looking to get a job as a data analyst, that's not going to be a priority. So that's, like I said, focus. Okay, learn the skill that is required for you to get the job. Okay, don't go and like I mentioned in my own experience, moving from one career path to the other, learning Python to learning C sharp to learning PHP. It's not going to be learn the thing that you need to get a job. So Python does not give you any advantage. It doesn't. Okay. So if you think that having Python on your CV is what is going to give you the advantage, and you want to go and learn Python, you're not. You're just doing yourself. You're just working hard. Not working smart. So Michael, that's exactly what we're trying to do here for you. So to ensure that you're working smart and getting things done. So you don't need to learn Python to become a data analyst. Okay. All right. I'm going to take Obina next. Okay. Obina Obasi. Let me take you next. Thank you, Michael. Fantastic.
Okay, good evening, sir. And good
Yes,
evening.
good
all.
evening. Yes, good day.
Okay, so most of my questions you have answered. However, I have a question based on the payment terms. Will it be possible? One, I would like to join the class by, let's say, January. However, for the payment, will it be possible for me to pay maybe December for the class? And also, will it be possible to be broken into 3 months? That is three payments instead of two payments.
All right, that's a very good question. So at the moment, like I said earlier, it's only limited. We're only taking just a very few people. All right, so we're not doing a lot because majority of the services that we render is personalized. Okay, it's not generic. Okay, it's going to be personalized. So what I would say is, for you, Obina, I will just drop an email for you looking to do like you're starting in January, so you're looking like at a 3 months payment plan. So I'll say you should do like you can send an email to us at finance. So just give me a second. Finance at amdari.io. So just send an email for those 3 months. If you're looking to start in January and you want to do 3 months, so just send an email to finance at amdari.io. Okay, just send an email and we're gonna help you out with that. We're gonna see what we can do for that. Okay,
Okay.
all right. Thank you very much for that.
Good
Thanks.
evening.
Uh,
Uh,
can you call
wait,
the name again for me, please?
now I
Finance.
dropped it. It's in the chat. Check the chat. So I dropped it
Okay.
in the.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Thank you.
all right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So check the chat. You'll see finance at amdari.io. All right. So I
Okay.
might not be able to take all the questions for today's session, okay, just because we are almost 2 hours into the session. So let me just take maybe two more people, Ebere Chuku, and Betty, are the last questions I'm going to take. Ebere Chuku, yes, please go ahead. Ebere Chuku, are you there?
Yeah, good evening. Can you hear me?
Perfectly, yes, I can.
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. I'm Dari. However, I'm a bit kind of confused because I've always been joining the Amdari session before now. So the
Okay,
last time I think the last two sessions I joined, I after the session I think I chatted or spoke with Tomiwa. So then it was about the same thing on this project building, but is not an internship like this one now you mentioned in this. So inside me I was now like, is it that the first one that I learned about has been scraped off? That one they said yeah, you're gonna pay either for 1 year or you're gonna pay for 1 month, either 49,000 or the rest. So I opted to pay by December. Now I'm getting to hear this. Although this package is I think is entirely different. So I was just like in my mind needing some sort of clarification to know if the previous one mentioned is not obsolete or if that one still exists. However, this is a new form of internship. So I could just know which one to step into. Do you
all right,
understand?
fantastic. Yeah, I do 100%. Agree. So yes, it's a different package, it's a different platform. It's a different platform. So you see, this is Amdari, and this is Rave by Amdari. So what we're talking about today is Rave by Amdari. So Amdari still exists. Okay, so where you can get projects in data analytics, data science, and data engineering. So these are still real life projects that you can get to work on. So even the guys that are coming in from Ray by Abdari, so if you register for the internship, you get access to all the projects that we have here, self-paced projects. So yes, you still have everything. So if you have here, let's say, take for example, I want to do data analytics project, okay, and I click on view all projects. It takes me to a list of projects. These are all projects. Access, you have access to all these projects. So these still exist, okay, and you can pay for this separately if you're not interested in an internship. Okay, so if you're interested in just working on projects by yourself, and these are all very, very hands-on, experience-driven projects that you can get to work on. So you see, data-driven excellence. Let's take a look at one of the projects that you have here. So if I click on this, it gives you a breakdown of the project itself. So business overview and problem, rationale for the project, aim of the project, data description that you get to work with, and also a video overview of what the project is all about. So this is optimizing order fulfillment, a data-driven approach. Okay, so you see here, you can watch the video, tells you about the project, the business problem. So you see streamlining logistics solution, a beacon of reliability in the logistics industry for several today, for for decades. So it talks to you about the project, the tools that you get to work with, and so on and so forth. So at the end, you can start the project. This is a project, like I said, the projects that you have on the platform, you cannot get it anywhere. These are real life projects, real life problems, business problems that have been fine tuned to give you that real life experience. So if you pay for the internship, you get access to all these projects. In the same vein, you get access to real life projects where you can collaborate and interact with people. Okay, so this is self-paced. You can watch this project. If I show you the, let me just show you the one of the videos. So let me just go to dashboard design and cards. Okay, so you see this. This is the report that was built. So if you go through the project, you will be able to build the same report and come up with your insights and recommendation at the end of the day. So insight and recommendation is really the ball game itself. So this is self-paced at your own pace. So this is what Iberia is talking about. So this still exists for your own consumption. All right, at your own pace, learn to work on projects at your own pace, build your own experience, build your skills, and so on and so forth. So you would learn how to do this. You still have access to this. So if you register for the internship, say for example, you register for the data analytics or data science or data engineering internship, you get access to a pool of projects that you could also work on for free. You're not paying for that anymore. So when you register on Raid, you get Amdari for free. For the guys that are interested in Amdari, you're just interested in Amdari, you go to About Us, you can see the pricing there for Amdari, okay, and you have the professional plan. This is you at your own place. This is the 49,000 you're talking about, and the very tricky. So the pricing is still there. You still get access to everything that is in there, and you get full on support that you're looking for. All right, does that make sense? So there are two different platforms, but Rave gives
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
access to. Yeah.
All right. Thank
All
you for
right.
your clarification. I appreciate.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much. Betty, I'm going to take you next. Is Betty still on the call?
Yes, I
Betty,
am. Sorry.
yes, Betty,
Um,
go ahead, please.
yeah. So thank you for the session. I just want to ask about the um financial analytics. What's the difference with the data analytics? Because for someone who is looking to go into business intelligence analyst, what would you advise um, in terms of the how the program is structured? And for example, if you also have like a background in business analytics as well, like you have an experience in using Excel to analyze data, and you want to go into business intelligence analysis. I don't know if you get what I mean. Like, which pathway would you advise? That's my first question. And then the second question is, I want to find out as well how um I know you've talked about the support you're going to get, but it's like how can we get that mentorship, like where we are supported till we get a job? Is there a guarantee that we would not be left out after like probably finishing a particular project and it's been signed off, and then we are just there? Like, I'm kind of looking to join a community where I would get that support and till I get a job, because I've actually done like a couple of trainings, and it's like once you've been signed up on a particular project, like you're just left job hunting on your own. So I don't want something like that anymore. So I am looking to join a community whereby I would get that employability coaching and support till I get a job, and as much as I put in the work. So I just want to find out, I want to like find out from you if that is guaranteed on this training. Thank you.
Betty, I think that has been the most insightful question I've gotten today. One of the most insightful, I would say. And the reason why I'm saying that is because that's one of the major reasons why we're not accepting a lot of people. Okay. That's why you're seeing 10, 15 people. So we can offer very personalized um, experience for you guys. Okay. So we're not having 40 people in class, 50 people in class. We're not looking at that. We are capping it to about 15 people in each of the core that's going to be started. So you have that, like I said, um, personalized one-on-one experience. So your CV review will be one-on-one. Your LinkedIn profile review will be one-on-one. Every coaching session, some coaching will be together, but you would also have personalized coaching sessions. So you're not going to be let go 100%. What we're trying to do is to ensure that you finish the internship program and you can use that experience to land a job. And also, you get access to that remote job board that I spoke about. Okay, so you have access to the remote job board where you can apply for jobs. So if you apply for jobs, you're not getting the results. There's always somebody to help you out to see how you can fine tune your CV to get you more interviews, to get from interviews to eventually you can get a job. All right. And I also, in the same vein, this is not a guarantee. This is we working with business partners. These people can also request for for people. And if they request for people, we can recommend you. And that's the reason during the registration process, you would see that we ask you to. So if you click on, just give a second, I just want to show you again. You can apply. I go down, I select the career part. You're interested in data analytics, I click on apply now. I put in on the right information. At the end, you'll see that we are asking you to recommend. There's a part where we ask for a recommendation if we can share your details with the recruiter. So I just want to show you again. So you see, so this is not a guarantee. Before people start saying that, oh, if you're men, you said, you're going to, give me a job, that kind of thing. So that's one thing that we're try to stay away from. So if I just go to Calgary, I just want to show you so you see exactly what we are trying to do. Okay. But having at the back of your mind, we're not accepting a lot of people. We're only just taking very limited number of people so that we can have a personalized approach to you. So that once you finish the course, if it's like a 3 month or a 6 month internship, or no, before you even finish the 6 months, you have a lot of opportunity that you can start to get in. Okay, so we don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. Okay, so that's the reason why I can't tell you that I can guarantee you a job. But I can tell you that throughout that you will get a lot of opportunities. That's one thing I can beat my chest on. All right.
Okay, thank
So
you
Betty,
very much for
where are
that.
you based? Sorry,
Pardon?
where are you based? Sorry,
UK.
you're in the right place. Okay, that's what I'll tell you, Betty. You're in the right
Okay.
place. All right, so we're going to have you personalized experience, personalized all those things that people talk about UK experience and all those things. We are going to help you revamp and get that one-on-one mentorship. So I had somebody in the house yesterday. I think her name was Kendi. I saw her name just yesterday. I'm not sure if she's still part of the session, but she's part of it. She's also based in the UK, and quite a number of people that I personally have worked with. Okay, so if you want a little bit of confidence, let me just share something with you real quick. Um, I'm going to share just one testimonial. So I'm also the co-founder of Analytics. So I'm going to share just one person's testimonial. I'm not going to share, I'm not selling Analytics in here, but I'm going to share one person I worked with, and I'll show you what the person said. Okay, what the person said. So you can read, you can talk, you are in that particular situation at the moment. So that's what I want to show you very quick. Just give me a second. I've worked with quite a number of people, so I will have quite a number of people that have gone on to get in their jobs. So I just want to share one testimonial with you, so you can tell you would actually believe in the fact that when I say that we're going to hold your hands, we're literally going to hold your hands. So I'm going to look for somebody's name right now. Just looking for Tony. Her name is Tony, and it's also a lady. So, and that's one of the major reasons why I want to share our own testimonials with you. Just give me a second. Where is 20? 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20 should not be so far away. Okay, yes. So I'm going to share the screen so you can actually look people better. Just give me a second. So this is, you have done training already. Okay, I'm just going to share this with you. so you can listen to it. Let me know if you can hear it once I share this. Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Doreen and I recently got a job as a benefits analyst in the UK. I've come from a medical background as a pharmacist who is interested in, breaking into tech. My first encounter with analytics was on LinkedIn. I joined one of their masterclass, just one masterclass where Efemina spoke, and it just took that masterclass to convince me. I joined in August, and a month after, I got a job. To be honest with you, every information skill.
All right, so that's basically that's one person's experience, and there are so many of them like that that I personally worked with to get in their first job within the tech space in the UK. So I'll tell you for free, Betty, you've come to the right place. Okay, so like I'll keep saying this so that you get that feeling, confidence. We're not accepting a lot of people so that we can have that one-on-one interaction with you to get you what you're looking for. I can tell you that's one thing I can guarantee you. So you're in the UK, you're fine, you're good to go. All right,
All right. Thank you.
appreciate that. So um, thank you very much. And let me know if you're registered, okay? So we can start preparing you for the future.
Yeah. Sorry, but you didn't answer my first question about the data analytics and the financial analytics, like the difference. What does it entail?
All right. So do you have any finance background? Do you have anything finance background? Any finance
Yes.
background?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so that's fine. So if you don't have any finance background, it might be very difficult. So the major difference between the two of them is the financial analyst is also a data analyst. The only difference is you are more finance driven. So a data analyst cannot work as a financial analyst. I'll
Okay.
repeat myself. A data analyst cannot work as a financial analyst. Why? Because of knowledge barrier. So now a data analyst doesn't know what a three statement account is. You probably know because of your accounting background and your finance background. Okay. What's the difference between a statement of cash flow? What are the main metrics that you need to analyze in a cash flow statement or in an income statement or in a in a income statement? What's the other one? Financial position statement. The person honestly cannot know what to do. Okay. You also have all that book of records. You have quite a number of finance. You're looking at merger acquisition. You're looking at financial modeling. You're looking at valuation. You're looking at sensitivity analysis. The
Oh,
data analyst doesn't know all those things. Okay. Now that's where financial analytics comes in. So you're more finance. You're using data analytics. So you can work financial analytics. You can still work as a data analyst. Okay, you can still take on some opportunities in data analytics and all that. But if you're looking at financial analytics, you're looking at financial analyst position, corporate finance analyst, commercial analyst, financial planning. So you're more finance driven than data analytics. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense. If
yeah,
that's
that makes sense. That
yeah,
makes. All right.
what you would be interested in, if I would ask.
Um, I'm actually more interested in the BI side of things, like business
Okay,
intelligence. Yeah. But
yeah, that
I've
makes
seen that some roles out there, they kind of look out for people with financial background as well, like finance, business intelligence. So I don't know where to like strike, that balance.
okay. So they're looking at the balance between finance and business intelligence, correct? I would
Yeah.
say start with one, then as you go on, it's more projects, work on two or three, build financial models, from building financial models to working on financial analysis projects, you're going to be fine. Do you understand? But I'll say you should start with business intelligence. Then from business intelligence, once you have a good grasp of business intelligence. Now let me work on. I did a bit of finance. I studied economics. I did a little bit of ICANN, ACCA back in the days. I didn't complete it because obviously I was going into tech, so there was no need for me to do continue. So I had a little bit of background in finance. So I can do financial model. I can build financial models. I can do something in finance. So I got this opportunity back in the UK to work with, as a consultant, to work with one of the energy distributors. So they had locations across the UK. So from from Scotland to also other parts within London. If I remember the branches now, they had several network of branches. Okay, so each of the branches were, I don't want to go too long into it, but basically it was a budget and budget and budget and expense variance report. Now they had a finance team that was doing this reporting, but guess what? It was taking about 2 weeks for them to get this report done, about roughly about 2 weeks. So the guys in London were sending their budget. It could come in. Some people will send it in PDF. Some people will send it in Excel. Some people will send it in different formats. So there were different formats coming in from different branches. The head office or the reporting office, I was back then. I was in Manchester. So the reporting of it was in Manchester. So they needed somebody to come in to automate that reporting to make it faster. Because I mean, you don't know what you're spending. The business is running every single day, and you don't know what you're spending every single day. You have to get a report 2 weeks into the future. So if things are supposed to be stopped, all right, or people are spending too much, or people are spending lesser, people are not doing what they say, so you don't know until the report comes out in 2 weeks. Okay, so they need somebody that will come in to automate the reporting and get it done in like a day. They need to see it like almost in near real time. If not, they need to be able to refresh and see what's happening. All right, so that's where I came. But they had a finance team. They had finance people, they had accountants, they had finance, they had everything. But now this is where analytics comes in. So this is where I was talking about using the likes of Power Apps, Power Platform, using Power BI and all that. So what I did was to automate that reporting. All right. So I have a bit of background in finance, so I knew exactly how to work it out, build the expert statement, build everything, build the budgeting and all that. So I was able to design the report, and guess what? The report was running in almost near real time. So if the moment somebody sends an email, okay, this is my report, done for the week, done for the day, that report goes straight into a SharePoint folder. That SharePoint folder is connected to Power BI that cleans up the data and puts it into so that's where analytics comes in. So it's still finance, but you're using analytics to automate, to reports, and so on and so forth. I don't know. I don't want to take too much time to.
Yeah, you've really explained it. I understand what you mean now. And so that means you're recommending that is it the data
Business
analysis.
intelligence. Yes, data analytics.
So the data analytics and business intelligence are like, because
One in one.
on this training I can't see business intelligence. I'm only seeing
Yes.
data analytics and financial analytics. So
Oh,
where do I
very
get that kind of the like building financial models and SQL, having to access data on data warehouses and all that stuff?
Okay, so this is where it comes in. Okay, so the data analytics opens you up to data analyst position, product analyst, logistics analyst, business intelligence analyst. So that's where you learn business intelligence and all the things that you talked about. Okay, now if you want to learn how to build a financial model, we can't teach you how to build a financial model. Okay, because the internship is going to be you figuring out things yourself. Okay, giving that real life brain tasking, research, you going back and forth to look for solutions. You have a coach, no doubt about that, that would nurture you and guide you and provide you with solutions here and there. All right, but you'll likely be building it by yourself. Now, building a financial model from scratch, it's another ballgame entirely. So I would say, start from saying you should start with data analytics. You can get a job as a business intelligence analyst. The key thing is for you to get a job, not for you to keep learning. Get your foot into the door. Once you're working as a business intelligence analyst, like I did, started working in business intelligence. From there, I wanted to do data science. I moved into data science. From there, I wanted to do data engineering. I moved into data engineering. In that same period, I moved into Power Platform development and so on and so forth. So once you get a job, you can start to branch out into other things that you find interesting. But the key thing is get your foot into the door and start to improve to get to where you want to get to. I don't know if this makes sense, Betty.
Yeah, it does. You've answered all my question. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Yeah, thank you very much. So guys, this is what I'm going to call it today. I had a wonderful time speaking with you today. Remember, guys, we're only taking a very limited number of people, 15 people that are looking to get it started. Just 15 people. Okay, we're not looking for a lot of people. We want to work with actual people that want to be intentional about the experience and use that experience in landing your first job. Provide you with all the care, support that you need to get started. intentionality matters for us. Okay, so if you're looking to get it started, limited slots are only available. So if you're looking to start in November, we start on the 16th of November, on the 7th of December, and we have a course starting again on the 11th of January. So only 15 people, and we have over 10 people. We have just 10 people left for data analytics. We have 11 people for data science. We have 12 people for data engineering, 10 people for cybersecurity, 10 for HR, and 10 for financial analytics. So if you're interested, get started now. Okay? Get started now. Thank you very much, guys. And next week, we're going to be having one-on-one session. If you have further questions that you want answers to, I'm going to be answering questions next week. Okay, so once you fill the attendance form, I'm going to be sending you a one-on-one session for us to talk, okay, where we can get to talk to one another. If you have any further questions that you will need answers to, probably because of time, we can answer these questions. Next week, Monday to Friday, we're going to be having one-on-one sessions where we can answer your questions a lot better. Okay, so thank you very much. I had a wonderful time. Looking forward to seeing you in future sessions and looking forward to having you join the experience session. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day ahead, guys. Bye for now. Take care.